Now we're going to talk about the last component, and that's soil structure. Soil structure is the arrangement of the sand, silt, and clay particles in a soil. There are actually 6 types of soil structure that you can have. The first structure is granular structure. It's these fine particles which are actually stuck together by organic matter and fungal hyphae and things like that. Gives you good granular structure. So the more organic matter that you have, the better your granular structure is going to be. The next type of structure that you have is something called platy structure. It looks just like a series of plates. The technical term for it is actually lenticular structure. And what's interesting about having platy structure in your soil is that, think about it for a minute. You have a water droplet, water coming down, hitting the top of this plate. It has to move in a horizontal direction, right? Falls, hits the next plate, has to move in another horizontal direction. So when you have lots of platy structure in your soil, chances are you're going to have a poorly drained soil situation. And actually, you can get platy structure to form in your soil by the type of tillage practice that you do. You do a lot of moldboard plowing or conventional tillage, you're going to get the formation of platy structure. So in the B horizon, we actually have 2 types of structure. We have what is called subangular blocky structure and angular blocky structure. And with subangular blocky structure, the edges of the blocks are actually rounded off versus angular blocky structure where you have these sharp angles which occur in the blocky structures. Also in the B horizon, you could have what is called prismatic structure. And prismatic structure is long in the vertical direction, sort of short in the horizontal. It's got sharp edges. You can also have prisms that are smaller. You can have small prisms, you can have large prisms. The size of the structural unit is pretty irrelevant because you can have all sorts of different sizes for these different types of structures. The other type of structure that we have in the B horizon is something called columnar structure. And columnar structure is not so common here in Indiana, but we do see it. It's where you have a lot of salt in your soil, and what happens is that salt causes the tops of the prisms to disperse and sort of round off, and you end up with what's called columnar structure. What's the situation down in the C horizon, where the parent material is? Actually, we do have what is called structuralist units in the C horizon. And usually that consists of sand, or it consists of a massive type of structure. Everything just kind of glued together. So let's conclude by looking at these soil structures in a soil monolith or a soil profile. Top of the soil profile, the A horizon, that's where you find granular structure. In the E horizon, that's principally where you're going to find platy structure. Down here below the E horizon, going into the B horizon, that's where you have subangular blocky. In the B horizon itself, this is prismatic structure. And down below, this is where we find angular blocky structure. And then, as I mentioned in my discussion, in the C horizon, there's no structure. It's a structuralist condition, but we have a massive condition in the C horizon.